who comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. I just still got a Facebook. Oh, I got one other person here. There's too many. Did I just send that? I did not. I am live again. There we go. That way she knows it's different. Hopefully there isn't some huge lag again. All right. We're just going to keep it there. There we go. I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I'll try not to go off. I do everything that I can when it comes to the holidays to try and, get through it. But, feelings come up and we got to talk about them. Yeah, I'm going to give it to a 4-minute mark. Nobody's here. I may just end it. So I'm going to show you something. Would this fuck with you? Would this fuck with you? Because it fucked with me. And I was like, what the hell? All right, so I go here because I'm waiting on my new controller. Because whenever I play, it just goes left, 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 left. That's all it does, right? Yes, that's my address. Don't write it down. It tells me, look at this. Delayed at customs. What the fuck? It wasn't outside of the US, right? It's all contact UPS. And you go here, you look at it, right? It's like, oh my God, did I get duped? What happened? Da, 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 da. But then I go here, and if you just go see all updates, look, it's actually going to be delivered tomorrow. Unless they're working today. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Nobody's here yet that I know of. If you wanna, it's gonna ask you to do a bunch of things. See, now this was different. How come the other one was an invite thing? It's weird. Anyway, I don't have anything on this. So, no, it's just, today's a kind of day where a lot of people feel left out. And, what I really want to talk about is this, that people need to stop using their children and grandchildren to get what they want. I'm tired of it. Hey, Daryl, good to see you, man.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep, gobble gobble day. Gobble gobble day. Today, you know what I call Thanksgiving? Thursday. Here's the thing. So let's be clear. Why do I do that? Why is Dion hating on Thanksgiving? Because when it comes to these days, it makes me feel like shit.
Why?
This isn't that. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the whys and stuff on this one. More of what's going on is like my granddaughter's birthday, where they're like, oh, you can't invite Dion because we're going to be there. And then none of them show up. That's what's pissing me off. Right.
I get it.
Using other people, and, how do we, and I'm not going to react to it. Right. Because if I start writing people, then who's going to get the brunt of it? Well, my daughter is, and I can't do that. I can't do that. Right. So, I will talk about the solution on why we don't like Thanksgiving. It just brings up a lot of past feelings. Like I was invited to. My sister called me and said, "Hey, would you like to?" Well, she sent me a text, but we're going to do Thanksgiving here this year, and I'm like, well, I haven't been invited in 5 years. Why the sudden change? And it's because the man that raised us isn't going to be there. And that pisses me off. So I'm not going to go. I mean, I would rather hear, hey, Wendell's not going to be there. So do you want to go? At least you're being honest with me. But we can't even get to that part. And, I'd like to be able to put my stuff aside for the day, go over there, see my mom.
I ain't ready.
But I will start a fight. I will start a fight today. I know I will. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not necessarily in a bad mood, but yeah, I woke up with revenge on my mind. I will admit that. Hi, Ingrid. It's good to see you. And what is that? Well, Dion's miserable and misery loves company. Right. So I figured I'd come on here, kind of tell on myself so that I'd have a better day, because I know other people are going through it. But it just kind of adds on. So do you have plans today, Daryl? Where are you going?
Just Ash and my father-in-law.
Nice.
I didn't buy a whole turkey. I bought turkey breast, and we got a ham, and I'm just going to cook up and got some pie. We got food to eat and what have you. So
Absolutely.
just going to chill. I look at the holidays. There's been Thanksgivings that I was alone.
Mhm.
One of them I was incarcerated for. But I look at it like I do alcohol. I've been placed in a position of neutrality. It is what it is.
Sure.
And so I'm going to be thankful for the things that I have in my life today that I probably, by the grace of God,
Mhm.
which is an undeserved gift, I think is one of the definitions of grace. And so I look at it that way. Those that don't want to participate or include and what have you, then it's like that's up to them. That's just how I frame it in my mind.
Yeah. No. I guess the point and I appreciate that, because we need a little bit of a solution in here. And it's the what does it come down to? For because part of this, not all of this is alcoholism for me. This is a different mental illness, and it's PTSD.
Agreed.
Yeah. Not saying that alcoholism isn't a part of that, because it certainly influenced my PTSD. So, for me, I would prefer just to hang out with my wife all day and do nothing. Honestly, I would prefer that. Then this is the hard part for me. I can go over there and be nicey nice, but fake bugs the crap out of me. And I don't talk about the weather. So, I go and then I get to listen to my two brothers and sisters laugh about the vacations and everything else that they've all done together. And I'm just separated and I have to deal with it. And I don't want to today. So I'm kind of just letting people know that if you're in that position, it's okay to say no. I wasn't mean to my sister. I just said, it's been so long. I actually have other plans on Thanksgivings now. That's all I said. I don't need to be mean to her. She's doing the best that she can. Okay. So like in that situation, my sister wants to invite me, but she can't because of somebody else. And at some point we got to grow the fuck up. and stop this. When we do that, it starts to affect the children and the grandchildren, and that's bullshit. That's the part that I find to be bullshit. You know,
You
these
know,
kids are
I
innocent, and our family squabbles should not interfere with them.
Hi, Gary.
More Gary.
I don't know, bro. It's like I don't know why humans do that. But we do. I mean, I have been to more than one family function, whatever the day might have been, that turns into a shit show. And I don't participate anymore. I'm like you. It's like I'll just excuse myself. Sometimes maybe it's mentally, sometimes it's physically.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know. Family
It's a tough one.
dynamics are tough,
Yeah,
and
they are. I agree.
it becomes more intimate in those scenarios. It shouldn't. It should be the same, but it
That's
does.
the thing. Yeah. Well,
You know, I've got a situation. It's not a situation. I'm thankful that I found my sister this year,
woohoo!
and I have her back in my life, and we talk,
That's cool.
and we
Yeah.
get to do that and whatnot. My sister and two of her three kids are Jehovah Witnesses,
Okay.
and they don't celebrate. They celebrate anniversaries and like wedding anniversaries, and they
Sure.
celebrate last dinner.
Okay.
But so I would have. She sent me a picture today because I had been asking her if she had any pictures of Dad. That I wouldn't have. And she sent me a picture of Dad holding her before. I mean, years before I was born. Um, and I'm looking at that picture, and it's like, oh my God, my dad is so young. He's younger than 30 in the picture. And I was grateful for that because that's something I've never had,
Okay.
and what have you is her side of the story type of deal.
Yeah.
So I would have I told her it's like, sis, I know that you don't practice Thanksgiving, so I'm just gonna wish you a happy and thankful Thursday to
Yeah.
have you in my life.
Mhm.
So I just look for those kind of things. Um, I remember. I mean, we have a lot of things that we take for granted. There are men and women that are not at home today because they are serving our country.
Yeah.
There'll be firefighters and ambulance drivers and police officers that are going to be unfortunately busy today,
Yeah.
type of things and whatnot. So I don't know. I just kind of
Yeah. People that work the front lines, and those are all those people. Yeah, yeah. I'm more thankful for that, my freedom, than I am my
yeah,
family.
I totally
Yeah.
get it. And I believe what you're saying is do you.
Yeah, I think that's what I think
Man,
that's the solution on that.
what is going to make Dion happy today? Spending time with his wife,
Mhm.
not going through bullshit, outside bullshit type stuff. And there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing.
today is just going to be, well, I'm going to keep it simple. Easy isn't always on the table, but simple is, it's just, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to a noon meeting, and that's going to be it for the day. Other than that, we
Maybe
may hang
some
out,
football.
watch TV.
Aren't there a
I'll probably
couple of
watch
football
football
games
tomorrow
today?
and Raiders and KC. I just hope that KC gets beat by the Raiders on national TV. That's all I want. But it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's I used to love it when the Bears played the Lions because the Lions have always done Thanksgiving. But
Yeah, and that's today too. Yeah.
but
And the Lions are on a roll. I might watch that game.
dude, we live.
I'm rooting for the Lions.
Go to my Facebook page and check out this TikTok that my son actually put up, and I stole it from him and put it up. It's hilarious. And one of the points that he brings out the best, he goes, we've gone through a lot of stuff here lately, and one of them is that the Lions are the best team in the NFL today. Think about that. But
I was just I was watching this one thing. It was with Jim Gaffney, and he said that I don't remember the title, but his job was to help NFL fans go through the fact that their team is not going to the playoffs this year, that they're just in denial. And I hear a lot of people are like, "Oh, Broncos are going to the playoffs." Well, slow your roll. Slow your roll. I
I
don't know
take it
that I
down.
want to be in the playoffs and be embarrassed. No thanks.
I take Thanksgiving down to the elemental. Having been incarcerated for the holidays, and having my turkey dinner and dressing on a plastic tray type of deal, to the year that my folks moved to Colorado, I was in Kansas and bought a turkey leg to cook up and I was all by myself on that day type of deal. So I do this, man. I do what's gonna make me happy, and that's gonna like have prepare dinner for my father-in-law and my wife, and whatever today thinks, So I have much to be grateful for
Certainly.
and thankful for. And it doesn't have to be just because it's the fourth Thursday in November.
Yeah. See, that's where Dion gets a little defiant. Like it's, well, you've got to be thankful that, that I can go for, Gary. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's a fact, Gary.
Here's my thing is, this favoritism, I would have rather just not have been invited again. Right? Because inviting me back to Thanksgiving without any explanation doesn't serve any purpose to me. It just doesn't. They're like, well, it's about family. Well, I haven't seen you since last year. I was, there's one person in my family. I helped them start Al-Anon. I was hoping that would bring us closer together and we would be together. And I tried going over there and being part of nothing, So it's this trying and trying, but I don't want to be that what I feel like is that makes me an appeasement, because, and I don't want to be appeased. I want the fucking truth. And the truth is this, I'm a second thought. Well, I can work with that. I can work with, because now I know how to act with you. But when you do this and this and this, it doesn't get anywhere for me.
We have tools that other people don't have.
That's their problem.
We have learned tools that other people don't have. Some people don't know how to work that, just being honest and
Sure.
what have you. It's like, so-and-so is not going to be here. We'd really like you to be here. Would you come over? Kind of deal, and just lay it out there. Or
well, they're not going to say that because they know it's wrong. See, the real answer is this.
The truth is never wrong.
I haven't invited you because these other people aren't coming over, and I know it's not the right thing, and I shouldn't be doing that. But you want to go see? Now we're at least we're being honest.
The truth is never wrong, bro.
Right.
It might be uncomfortable. It might be inconvenient. And it might be
I think
harsh.
lying is a lot more inconvenient than the truth. And I'm talking about me, but there again, you're the tools.
I'm talking about the tools in general. I was given tools to look at things in a different perspective.
Absolutely, Gary. Yeah.
Absolutely, Gary. Yeah,
You have a great day.
I am absolutely. I love the fact the people that I have in my life. I am thankful for them.
Absolutely. Yes, I am.
And because there were times that I didn't have that. Might have been self excommunication, but whatever.
And I know that, a lot of this stems from my old behavior and things like that.
Yeah, but some of that stuff isn't. Some of that stuff I learned happened to me. Not of my own.
That part too. But really, I can only take a look, because when it comes to the other side, anymore, it's just, I worked through a lot of it. It's this new stuff that comes up where you got a lot of fucking audacity doing that shit. That's just the way I see it,
Yeah, but they don't know that. You know that.
And if I go over there, I will tell them that. So I'm not going.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You can.
Well,
we can be appeasing just as much as somebody can appease.
you can only be appeased as long as you're being the open to the appeasing. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's you can be the appeasee rather than the appeaser, or vice versa.
Gary, you are close on that. That's a book called A New Pair of Glasses by Chuck C.
Yep.
And it is AA approved literature. And you're right. It is a different pair of glasses because we see things
Good morning.
a different way. But here's the thing. This person's that practices the 12 steps.
Well, obviously they don't.
My whole family's full of, there's no drinking at our family functions when I'm around, when my mom's around, but when the other people are around, my brother-in-law's in Al-Anon, sells alcohol. And I'm like, but I don't say anything. I think that's a conflict of interest. But
I used to have
to live, and he's good at it. He's a good dude. I love him a lot. So
I used to have bars as customers, and I made a living off of other people.
Yeah, so then the other ones are like clinical psychologists and stuff, but they're mad at me because I went back out after 12 years. That's what they're mad at. And they're also, well, I'll just tell you what happened and why the man doesn't want me around. It's because I put a cease and desist order on his ass for cornering my wife and telling her to leave me while I was in the heart surgery. So I put a cease and desist order on all of them. I'm like, don't you ever talk to my wife. So they don't want me there because I will bring that. I'll be like, you need to apologize to my wife. And I'll do it. What are you guys going to do? Kick me out of the family? But see, I can't have that intention. And that's kind of why I'm bringing this up for anybody else. Right? Because I'm probably going to call my daughter and that'll make my day. Because she's going through the same thing. It's her first time because the family's being all, I don't know what it's about. I didn't ask. And if she wants to tell me, she'll tell me. So my other kids, they were gone at 7:30 this morning going out, Thanksgiving. And that's great. It doesn't bother me at all because they told me their intentions. And there's plenty of family. Not only that, but I see them every fucking day. So yeah, get out of the house, go see your mother. It's fine, So yeah, so what I do on days like this is I just kind of surround myself with AA because that's my family. That's my family. And there's no favoritism there,
I used to do for many years. I shouldn't say many. It wasn't like it was for about 6 or 7 years. I used to go down to like Samaritan House and what have you, and feed people.
Yep.
And just got out of self that way. Yep. I did that mostly when I was single. type
Sure.
stuff. But because I was full of the woe is me type shit, and so I get out of self that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm not gonna do today is get into self-pity. Nah.
Yeah, but
That one's not worth it.
and
No.
that's how I would fight my way out of it. You know.
Yeah. And
But,
that's the thing. When I start to fight my way out of it, I've already lost.
right. Exactly.
That's why I got to come on here, express my feelings a little bit, because, it's because what's in the head and what comes out of the mouth tends to be two different things. And until I start running this, and my wife's been working, I didn't want to discuss this. She doesn't need more on her. So I figured I'd come on here,
There's nothing wrong with that because I can absolutely relate. There are times, and I just want to have a day with my wife. Without outside influence and what have you. I said I do for a reason, kind of thing. But
yeah, it wasn't
was
a Meatloaf situation where it was like, but I won't do that.
I know exactly what you were referring to as soon as you said Meatloaf.
Yeah, but I had to do it for for the other people. Just
Yeah.
So
It's amazing how songs hit situations perfectly sometimes.
I think that's what's great about music, and you'll find that at least I've noticed that musicians and artists, they're like, well, what's it about? Well, it's about what you need it to be about.
Right.
Like
that's the reason.
It wasn't written about nothing. He went through a breakup with some girl he was dating. That's all it was. It wasn't really.
I've heard different stories on what that was about, but
That's what I heard from Phil Collins in an interview.
And I guess that's
I went through
the horse's mouth. Yeah. So. I don't know, man. Today is it's personal to me. And that's the way I perceive it. I mean, I've been there. There ain't nothing like somebody flopping down a spoonful of dressing on your fucking plastic tray that you're gonna eat with your plastic fucking spork type shit,
Oh, no.
And I've had that freedom taken away, but it's
if I had to choose between family and jail, I might pick jail.
Yeah, that's when you need. That's when you need to experience before you can qualify that statement.
You think I haven't been in jail during Thanksgiving? I've more than once.
There we go.
Thanksgiving with my family was over at 14. And I wasn't after 14, I did not do Thanksgiving and Christmas with my family until I was 20. Yeah. I was in group homes and stuff. So that's why it was a hard decision, because I don't like my freedom being taken away. At least I could walk away from my family. I was just trying to
and that's true, bro. I mean, that perspective is a unique perspective. When there's guys in the corner of the complexes that you're in that are standing there with weapons ready to use them on you,
it's scary.
We had a softball field. I mean, this was club fed, so you had all the amenities and stuff like that, but we had a softball field that actually the outfield went to the fence.
Okay.
And if you smack that ball hard enough, I remember running after a ball and getting. You weren't supposed to get within 50 feet of the fence, and it was a double fence and all kinds of.
Yeah, it's not like we were going to get through
and
it.
And that space in between is called the kill zone type crap.
Yeah.
And going after that ball and just. That's a ground rule double, boys, because I'm not going to go get that ball.
Yep. You got a double.
You got a double. And
Second
you
home
look up,
runs
you look
now.
up at that guard tower, and you go, can I go get?
Yep, you
And,
got to
and you
do
wait
that.
for them to go like this, or like.
And we only got one ball, guys, so no home runs or ball. Not allowed to hop the fence in the neighbor's yard and go get this.
Can't do. No, that's not the Sandlot over there.
No, and they're not going to go out and get it for you because then they can't watch you.
Have you ever seen the Sandlot, the movie?
Yeah, but a long, long time ago. I'm one
Yeah,
of those.
got a dog on the other side of the fence that growls, and you never see it.
Oh, that's right.
So, I don't know, man. It's holidays. It's just we go through this every year with the holidays.
Yeah.
And my job during this one is, if you need to talk, let me know, type of thing, and be available for others.
Mhm.
And in between that, enjoy the day my way.
Yeah. It's a good day
Because
to relax. It's nice outside.
yeah,
I got plenty of stuff to finish up around the house too. So
I
that
don't
should
know.
probably be whatever my wife would like to do. As long as I get to play my video games later. All right. I'll wrap this up, and you gonna go to Vaitai?
I don't know. Actually, I need to start
I don't know that many people
preparing
are
lunch.
go, but I'm gonna go because a lot of people say they were going to the club, and I'm like, hey, you run this meeting, man. You should be here, but I'm gonna go just in case some people are needed. So
That's a good
have
idea.
a good Thanksgiving. Thanks for hanging out with me for
Yeah, brother.
a few minutes. It was good to see everybody. I know everybody had a busy day, so thank you for stopping by. Hope everybody has a good gobble day, and yeah, I love you.